G'day there guys, it's your main man Markee and welcome back to another episode of r/relationship advice. Now if you like today's content, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn on the barbie and get ready for some bloody good content. Thank you. Posted by user ThrowRA I don't know what to say. Titled, I, 23 female, am days away from giving birth and my 37 male boyfriend just decided to tell me that he can't be at the birth because he's married. So first off, I know the age gap probably should have been a red flag, but I was stupid. We've been together for 2 years, but he lives in a different city. When I got pregnant, he said he was going to move to my city and we would move in together. He just needs to finalize some things with his ex-wife. He told me he was divorced when we met and I never had any reason to question it. I knew that he had 2 kids with her as well, and he told me the truth about that, just not that he wasn't divorced or even separated. So fast forward, I'm 39 weeks and he suddenly got uncommunicative, which is less than ideal when you're literally about to give birth. Bear in mind that he was supposed to have been fully moved in here a month ago. He blamed the pandemic. Today, I found out I am going to be induced on Monday unless baby decides to come out over the weekend. So I contacted him and I was like, okay, what's going on? And that's when he told me that he isn't actually separated or divorced. He never told his wife about anything, and now he felt like he was backed into a corner. I don't feel sorry for him for that, because that's his own fault. But obviously, literally 4 days before giving birth isn't the time you want to get this news, and I have no idea what to do now. Tell him to F off, obviously, but what else? I feel like, I can take care of the baby, but I was preparing to have a partner to take care of it with me, you know? I don't even know what I'm asking for in terms of advice, but any advice moving forward and handling this is appreciated. It's Thursday. You've got time to contact a lawyer before the birth. Can you do that today or tomorrow? Best wishes. I'm literally calling around now. I can't thank you guys enough. Just jumping into 1, encourage you, and say he's an a-hole, which I know you know now, but what a total betrayal. 2, give yourself time to grieve later. Right now, your baby needs you focused and healthy, but when you grieve, come here and grieve it all. The loss of expectations, the heartache, the whole thing. Then post about how great your baby smells. Noobs smell so damn good, and bask in that too. In other words, give yourself space and time. Go feel all ranges of emotions. That's normal postpartum anyways. 3, don't contact the wife, or the father. Focus on you and the baby. Be selfish about that. Leave everything else to the lawyer, and remember, even that takes a long time. 4, you can't put him on the birth certificate if you aren't married and he's not there. He will be sued for child support, as he should be, and the cost of the birth. Keep all receipts and all documentation of texts, etc. Don't sweat visitation issues right now. This won't get in front of a judge for months, if not longer. No contact outside of the lawyer, period. It's not that he doesn't have a right to be a part of the child's life. He does, like it or not, but that it needs to be a legal matter only. Sounds like he will have his hands full with his wife too, and that is definitely not your circus or monkeys. Sending all kinds of love and support, post as much as you need, and know that you are doing the right thing getting a lawyer now versus later. That lets you have the space to prioritize your and your baby's health. Don't worry about his wife right now. Worry about having a safe pregnancy. Do not delete any texts or emails from him, since they may eventually help you in court. Once you've obtained an attorney, you can figure out how you'll get child support. OP, lawyer here. Do not take it upon yourself to tell his wife or start anything that might be later deemed drama. Yes, I'm aware it's easy for me to say this laying here on my couch compared to what you're going through. Find a family lawyer immediately upon returning from the hospital. Do exactly as they say, and good luck in this crappy situation. Speak to a family law attorney before you birth, and especially talk to one before you put his name on the birth certificate. If you do that, it means you give him parental rights. And in some states, men will automatically get 50-50 legal custody, and depending on the location, 50-50 physical. Some states won't give them crap though. You can always add his name later. If the hospital will let you wait to file the birth certificate, do it. Ask them for the written policy that states that you have to do it before you leave. It gives you time to speak to an attorney. If you know you want him in the baby's life and want to deal with him for the next 20 plus years, then put his name on it and play that card. Then file for support immediately, but be prepared to potentially share some form of custody with him. Depending on the state, it can be hard to take away. Avo.com is a good resource to ask questions. If you happen to be in CA or MD, I might be able to answer some questions for you. But child custody laws are state dependent. I can certainly point you to free resources for those states. I agree with others. Don't tell the wife. Don't tell him. Just do this legally and let the court tell him. Legally protect yourself and the baby. F that piece of crap who calls himself a man. Mourn the loss of the partner that you thought you had, but know that women are strong AF and you can raise this baby on your own and it will be amazing. You will be fine, mama. Remember, there are tons of women who have cake before you and raised their children alone. You are strong. Edit. Thank you all. It seems like getting legal help is priority number 1. I'm just in shock right now. Like, I almost feel numb, but I really appreciate everyone here for your help. I was really happy and looking forward to a baby, and I just feel really sad right now, so I need to take a breather. Everything is ready for the baby, and I'm still excited to meet them, but Jesus. Edit number 2, in bold this time. In addition to all kinds of weird comments, I'm getting all kinds of weird PMs, so I think I need to just take a deep breath, walk away, mindlessly binge watch something stupid for a while, and cry my face off tonight. I called around to a few family lawyers in my area, and the advice I got from posting here has been absolutely brilliant. But I'm running out of the sass and steam to deal with anything else that's happening here, so I'm just going to check out. I'm going to leave the legal business to the lawyers, praise that he didn't give me false information and I can actually find him, and try to remember how much I was looking forward to being a mum before all of this happened. I don't really care if people think it's fake or whatever, because I gained exactly nothing, aside from the advice that I needed, from making this post, and I gained exactly nothing from arguing. To everyone who shared their stories with me, thank you so much. You feel like the dumbest effing person in the world when this happens to you, and knowing it happens to people all the time is a weird comfort, even when you wouldn't wish it on anybody. I don't think of myself as a trash or generally stupid person, just a person who was blinded by love and naivety and has learned a really hard lesson a really hard way. I doubt anything of monumental concern will happen between now and my Monday induction. But once baby is here, I will try to come back and let people know what's happening. Update. First things first, I had my healthy baby girl on Monday evening. We were discharged shortly after birth due to the pandemic, so I've just been trying to adjust to everything. Her birth was a dream, and I never want to do it again, lol. Second, I talked to his wife for over an hour yesterday. I guess he decided to tell her. She wasn't mad at me, thank God. She'd had her suspicions, but was trying to trust her husband, which I understand. She was so nice, honestly, and even though she isn't angry at me, I still feel bad because she's such a nice lady. She wanted to make sure I was doing okay and that I didn't need anything, which made me cry because postpartum hormones are whack. She's getting a divorce from him. Good for her, to be honest. We are planning to meet up and talk crap about him once the virus is over. I have a lawyer and will establish custody and child support legally ASAP. He hasn't bothered to contact me at all, but I don't particularly care. I didn't want to leave anyone hanging, even though it's not a huge update. Thank you to everyone who checked in. It means a lot. The wife sounds like an amazing and understanding human being. Hopefully you have been gifted with an amazing friend after this, if anything. I really hope OP and the wife form a friendship and can be there for each other. It's wonderful that his wife places the blame squarely where it belongs, on her husband, and is reaching out to OP. That's the kind of compassion and love we need in this sorry world. Good on y'all for kicking his ass out and giving him what he deserved. I didn't see the original post, but congrats on your baby girl, and I hope you have a great future. So glad you're doing okay and the birth went well. That's also awesome the wife and you have become friends and she is kicking him to the curb. It sounds like he's getting what he deserves. Good luck on your future with your new baby girl. I have a friend who was married to a cheater. She eventually befriended the mistress who became wife number 2. Then he cheated on 2 and they got divorced. When he married the new mistress, friend and number 2 came together as each other's dates and danced the whole night, laughing. The point is, this too shall pass. Keep your head up and try to be kind to each other because your baby has a half-sibling she may want to know someday. Good luck. Also, F that guy. Posted by user throwaway03044. Titled, I think my girlfriend of 4 years is going to leave me for her dying ex-boyfriend and first love. I saw their messages last week and I haven't been the same since. I borrowed her old iPad for work purposes and her Facebook account was still logged into the device. I was going to log in on my messenger because I forgot my phone at home and I was going to message her, but then I saw that she had messages from her ex-boyfriend. Let's call him Andre. Her and Andre dated for 2 years. They were each other's first love and she never told me what happened between them. I met her a year and some months after they broke up when I went on a trip with my family to California. I don't know anything about him other than the fact that they dated sometime in high school and college. When I met her, we instantly hit it off. She showed me around LA, and me living in Australia wasn't a problem. We were in a long-distance relationship for a year until I saved up enough money to move out of my country for her. Other than that, it took me months to look for a job in Los Angeles so that I would be financially secure when I got there. 3 years later, we're still going strong. Or so I thought. When I clicked on their conversation out of curiosity, I immediately noticed the kiss and heart emojis. Right then, I knew what was happening. I don't want to go on about details, but the only message that stood out was her talking about leaving me for a few months so that she could take care of him. He has cancer. It's at stage 1, but reckons he's going to die. On one of his messages to her, he asked if she would visit him in his house. And I'm pretty sure she did, because they mentioned how they had a great time together and that it was good to catch up. Well, it's been a week since I found out. She doesn't know that I know, or that I took her old iPad out of its box, and that I had spent 2 days reading their messages. She has no idea at all. She thinks everything is okay between us, but I actually want to cry for a long time, and that I want to physically hurt myself. I have no friends in LA. All of them are back home, and they're all living their own lives now. I don't want to talk about it to anyone because thinking too deeply about it hurts. I guess when it all comes down to it, she never really loved me, and I'm still trying to accept that. I don't know how to approach this. I have written my resignation letter for work, and I have messaged my parents that I was going to go home sometime next month. I did both when I was extremely upset. I just need advice on how to approach this. I don't want to talk to her about it at all. I can't even look her in the eye without wanting to break down. Please help me on what to do and how to approach it correctly. As of now, I'm thinking of leaving while she's at work. I understand that this is a tough situation, but if she is thinking of leaving you for this guy, cancer or no, I think it shows you where her priorities lie. If you want to give her a chance to explain and try to fix things, that is 100% your call. But I personally don't know that I would feel confident in that relationship again after seeing that. I wouldn't ghost in this case, but even just a note about what you found would be sufficient if you feel that is the best way to handle it. Just be prepared that if you do cut it off with her, that she will be with this guy within a week. but I have a feeling that that was going to happen sooner or later, to be honest. I personally think in any relationship, you should prioritize your self-respect and dignity first. She could have told you and met him as a friend, which would be understandable, but this is cheating no matter what disease he has. She can't just go around hurting other people because her ex is sick. Leave her and tell her why. You don't deserve this after investing what you did into the relationship. Personally, I'd check out too. If you already have the closure you need, there's no real reason to stick around and explain yourself. Leave a note. Better yet, leave the iPad on the charger with no lock timer. Leave that message open on it and walk away. She has already checked out, clearly. It's time for you to move on and be happy. Wishing you the best of luck. Thank you. We're going to talk when she comes home, and after that, I'm sorting things out with my employer. I don't mean to minimize his condition, but stage 1 cancer is highly treatable. I think he's pulling a quick one here. The dying victim that somehow survived, and so they meant to be together. Your girl has some loose ethics and moral values. I think deep inside her, she kind of felt like she wanted to go back to him. Also, women are extremely compassionate to people who are in disadvantaged situations. It's the charm that steals their heart. You need to be straight and bring it up. Explain to her that, although you understand, you can't stay in this situation because it will ruin you. If she can't see that, then she is not worth your time. She's coming home from work now. I'm a lot calmer than before, and I've messaged her exactly what you said. She wants to talk to me in person, and I'm just waiting now. That's also what I thought, but I'm almost certain he said that he didn't want to go through treatment, which doesn't make sense because he managed to convince her to come back to him. I don't know what he wants, but he seems like a pretty dumb piece of crap. Update. I finally talked to my girlfriend about it, and unfortunately, she is now my ex-girlfriend. A lot of things that I never expected to happen did happen in a span of hours. As soon as she opened the door to our apartment, I could tell that she was already starting to cry. Seeing her so vulnerable like that also hurt because I didn't want to put her in that position. I had to constantly remind myself that none of this was my fault. We sat down, there were lots of tears. I thought I would be bitter, angry, and that I would be screaming at her the whole time, but I felt disappointed instead. I told her that I saw the messages and explained how I ended up scrolling through their whole conversation. She kept reasoning that she just felt sorry for him, and that she didn't know how to say no to him because they go all the way back. Then I told her that we go more way back than they ever did. I was there through her lowest points. I helped her get up. She admitted that they had had sex more than 3 times. I saw it coming. I had a gut feeling, but hearing her confirm it hurt so much. At that point, I was full on crying. I can't remember some of the things that happened because my mind was all over the place. It still is now. I remember telling her that I was done, that whatever we had was over. She kneeled in front of me and asked me to forgive her. I don't think I ever will. I can't tolerate people who cheat. By that point, a third of my clothes were packed up. Obviously, she feels happier with him if she can do this to me. When I posted my first post, a Redditor approached me and offered me a place to stay. His place was only around 15 minutes away from ours, and he picked me up. He'll also help me sell a lot of my stuff that I can't bring back home, and will help me gather all my things back in my apartment. We both agreed that I don't mention him in this post. I'm glad that I really opened up to this community instead of keeping it to myself. Thank you to everyone who also offered me a place. It's almost 3 a.m. I'm heartbroken as ever, but I'm trying my best. I'm sending my resignation letter to work this morning. Every person in my family now knows my situation here and have offered support. I'll be flying home as soon as possible. To all my Aussie mates, if you live near or around Chapel Hill, let me know. America, you were great, but now it's time to come home. Thanks for the help, everyone. Edits, I'm crying again, not because I got cheated on, but because I realized that there is a whole world out there that cares a lot for my well-being. I almost can't believe I looked at hurting myself as an option to get away from the pain. I am really overwhelmed and also thankful for this community. Anthony and his wife, the Redditor who helped me, says that this has been the most wholesome thing that ever happened to him. I may have lost a girlfriend and a future wife, but I gained heaps of friends, and even friends for a lifetime. Other than that, I am feeling better. It still feels surreal that she's gone, but what can a bloke do? She made her choice, so I made mine. I woke up to multiple messages from her family saying that I shouldn't rush things, and that she's stupid and makes mistakes like everyone else. It sucks that I may not be able to see her family for a long time. They were great people. I thanked them and said that although I believe in second chances and everyone makes mistakes, cheating is a choice that a-holes pick, never a mistake. X also emailed me around 5 in the morning. The email was too long. My eyes hurt from crying, so I junked it straight away. I miss her like crazy. I know it will take a lot of time to heal me, but I guess I can wait. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to end today's video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. As always, I want to do a huge shout out to all my channel members and Patreon subscribers. You should be up on the screen now. I love you all, and I think every single one of you are amazing for supporting the channel in the way that you do. Again, thank you so much for supporting me. And again, if you did enjoy today's video, please do tell me what you thought of it down in the comments below. All of your hot takes, opinions, whatever you think, really, whatever's going on in your life right now, I'd love to hear down in the comments below. Before I leave, I'd also like to announce that I'm going to start doing meme content again on the second channel. I know it's been a while, so click on the Markee head on the screen without the Australian flag behind him if you want to go see some memes. And as always, guys, have a good day, night, sleep, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.